American cuisine is constantly changing as different foreign cultures blend into communities across the nation. They influence the market and more varied choice of food becomes available. The U.S. Census Bureau reports 1/4 of the nation's population are now immigrants. Since 1965, America has welcomed more than 40 million immigrants, and half are from Hispanic countries. Others come from Asia and the Middle East. Most live in urban areas.
There are a lot of Americans that they travel overseas and they are exposed to some of the most delicious and wholesome fruits and vegetables at the international level. They come back and that experience is so rich, they want to find those items at their supermarket. And the other reason for using or for the popularity of international cuisine or niche crops or ethnic crops is because many of them have shown by research to be very, very healthy, and they have lots of benefit in terms of the health.
Dr. Reza Rafi, a Virginia State University horticulturalist specialist, says this explosion of immigrant populations is fueling demand for growing ethnic fruits, herbs, and vegetables such as cilantro, bok choy, papaya, and tomatillos. He works with growers to show them how these new and potentially profitable crops could add to the American staples of potatoes, apples, and corn.
There are a lot of ethnic immigrants that they live in this country, and many of them they would like to have their own fruits and vegetables available at the local supermarkets.
Chef John Maxwell, a former president of the Virginia Culinary Association and cookbook author, notes that American diets have continued to change culturally over time.
Cuisine happens when two cultures collide in the kitchen. And we all know that's the first place you go for social activity, is to the kitchen. You find out the spice larder, you find out the products that are being used and cooking techniques that are being used, and you swap them back and forth.
This demand for different products is driving producers to adapt and begin raising things like green papayas.
We grow papaya at Virginia State University, and this is actually one of the exotic or niche crops that we are promoting among farmers. And we are using it as an annual crop. We're growing papaya as an annual crop. We grow for green papaya. This papaya, it would not get ripe. It's green, and there is a recipe called green papaya Thai salad, and it's becoming quite popular among many consumers.
Rafi says it is important for farmers to learn not only the growing patterns for these foods, but also how to market them effectively.
The reason that we need to be very careful with them is because you want to make sure you maintain the areas of a small production, because if you start growing lots of volume and large areas of ethnic crops, therefore you would not be able to really handle them in terms of the market. The market demand is still limited, but growing some of these niche crops, ethnic crops, can give a grower opportunity to really be able to make a good money.
While growing ethnic vegetables isn't a guaranteed ticket for high profits, it offers growers new opportunities, and it certainly makes for an interesting new choices in the grocery store.